Imagine this. 3 shoppers at the same store at the same time buying the same product. At the checkout, the first shopper is charged $5, but the next shopper pays just $3, and the last one, just $2. No one was using coupons or loyalty points, so what's up? If it doesn't seem fair, tell that to the internet. Our shoppers are about to hit the web to help us investigate an emerging trend in online sales. Retailers charging different customers different prices for the same product, all based on your personal data.
I'm Allie Minton and I rarely shop online.
I'm Grant LeClaire. I regularly shop online and I look for the best deals.
I'm Nadia Rashwan and I almost only shop online.
Hirsch, a tech guru who says price discrimination
individual, the more they can prey upon your needs or your desires to charge you something more for something you really want and maybe charge you something less for something you're on the fence about as a way to pursue.
Another regular browsing window on your cell phone.
Because evidence suggests prices on those devices could be different.
First up, we're going to go to Travelocity, search for Panama City, Panama. November 15th, checking out on November 24th. Set your screen set, search.
Travel bookings are one of the biggest components of e-commerce.
Let all your travel worries drift away.
Travel giant Expedia owns several sites like Travelocity, which is known for its gnome and its promise of low rates.
Wander wisely.
As we pore over the results, some other ones to share as well. A marketplace survey of the habits and attitudes of online shoppers. We asked about 2,000 Canadians and found nearly half shop online at least once a month. About 3 in 4 of us compare prices before buying. Half of us have also booked a hotel room online. Back at our pricing test, hotel rooms on Travelocity. The first cross-line windows is not everyone's getting the same results.
What was the first one that came up for you?
They're different in different browsers.
That's known as steering. Websites display search results in an order that's based on what they know about you and your spending habits.
You've got Aloft, Panama as your first. And what was the first one that you got in incognito? So Country Inn Suites.
It's significant. It indicates the difference in price points of what each individual is perceived as being able to afford. So it does speak to a certain level of customization.
On your marks, get set, search.
We're now searching for hotels in London, but so far, barely a blip.
I got $2 off on my cell phone versus the web browser incognito.
Oh, so you got $282 on your cell phone, $280 on incognito, and $280 on your desktop.
I got the difference as well, and the cell phone was $2 more than on the laptop.
Our team ran a pre-test of Travelocity beforehand and found several examples of different prices for the same room. In one case, $144 versus $154. $181 versus $200, $270 versus $278 a night.
And do is we want you to go to Priceline, and we're going to test out another city.
Just go to Priceline. They add thousands of new deals every day up to 60% off.
Priceline became the world's largest online travel company with guarantees of the lowest price on everything you book.
We even dated the same guy.
Who? This time, we're going to have you search for Orlando, and you're going over March break. The best time to be in Florida, right? Take me to Florida, hit search. Anything jump out at you right away?
So on a regular browser, difference
Is that the biggest so far?
that I've seen.
This time, it seems to pay for Grant to show his cookies, but it's hard to know when and where it applies. For instance, does it apply to car rentals on Priceline?
Now I'm going to ask you guys to add a car rental into this search. What did you get?
Both of mine were exactly the same.
But Grant notices something immediately. A mid-size rental for $61 incognito. It's just $53 in his regular browser.
I have in the past been very focused on getting and driving the car price down on websites, so I'm wondering if it knows that I'm a bargain shopper, and that's why I'm getting the discount.
Is he onto something, Jesse?
Absolutely. I think Grant's past consumer behavior has very much influenced. They know that he haggles, they know he's looking for a deal, so they're trying to close that deal as quickly as possible.
Haggling is more often found at street vendors, like this.
So this one's $20, and can I give you 10 for it?
In the war between buyers and sellers, it used to be the only way to go.
$15. That's the lowest you can go? You won't take 10? 10, no?
But when the fixed price was invented, a truce was called. These days, though, the truce is over, and technology is the new weapon. As we're finding out in our test of online travel sites.
It inflates the regular price from $567 to $572.
If you think about it from a negotiating position, you know, the provider is actually haggling with us. They're showing us different prices, and yet we don't have the opportunity to negotiate back. And I think that would be possible if we knew their logic, if we knew what time of day was better, if we knew if gender or age or geography made a difference. These are factors that I think should be disclosed.
That's what Canadians think, too. We'd like to know what's going on the other side of the screen. 88% say online companies should be more transparent about the customer data they collect, use, or share. Maybe because only 18% believe we have control over what marketers know about us online. Next stop, Seattle.
Try New Year's Eve in New York City.
As we search on, the results are raising suspicion.
Oh my gosh, 734 for the Belvedere. Oh.
Versus 712 for the Belvedere.
Oh, so there you go. You got 712 for the Belvedere, Allie.
And even the original price is different.
So you got, what does yours say, Allie, for the original price there?
$9.18 and $8.96.
That's a pretty big difference.
New Year's Eve in New York is clearly a pricey affair many of us can't afford. But even if you can, you might want to look twice, especially on your phone.
Another one I found was the Highline.
And Allie also see a price difference for the Highline Hotel, cheaper on their phones and incognito than in a regular browser. But you have to wonder, why? So we booked some travel of our own and go looking for answers in Seattle.
How you doing? So do you make these yourself?
Yes, I make
you
it
do.
myself.
We want to know why there's so many price discrepancies from one person to the next, one browser to the other, even on different devices.
What does Expedia actually mean?
So what it means is speed plus encyclopedia.
We're at the world headquarters for Expedia, whose brands include Travelocity and Hotels.com.
About 600 million people come to our sites every month.
Sarah Gavin is their VP of Communications. We've already shared our test results with her.
You guys gave us enough information. I was concerned and our hoteliers were concerned.
So open up a new incognito window and we're going to go to Hotels.com now.
Here's what Expedia is saying. When our testers opened a browser and typed in Hotels.com, the actual name of the company, they were taken to its American site.
Allie, your left window there's the US rather than Canada. There you go.
So it's ca.hotels.com.
So they clicked on the site's Canadian flag and were taken to the Canadian site. But Expedia's system still viewed our testers as American and showed them different prices, though in Canadian dollars. Bottom line, price discrimination.
So is this the way that
to our testers, who are Canadian and got different prices and had no idea why?
Big difference between the incognito price tends to be higher for all the cars.
As for Priceline, the site where we found differences in hotel and rental car prices, it says Priceline. So how widespread is this kind of price discrimination? In the offline world, like here at a movie theater, seniors pay less. That's a form of price discrimination, but it's transparent and it's a discount that's available to many people. Online, how do we even know when it's happening?
I actually did all my Christmas shopping online last year.
You did?
Every single thing.
Doug Stevens warns these new ways of pricing, there's more coming.
The whole world is basically changing. The entire world of retail, everything, all of the conditions that gave rise to the retail that we see around us today are completely unraveling.
Doug is a retail futurist and advises some of the biggest names in the business. He says personal prices make a lot of sense for retailers.
If we step back even 20 years ago, when your only choice as a retailer was to pick a price and put it on the product,
right,
you were doing two things. You were either selling too low to consumers who might have paid more for the item, or you were turning consumers away who didn't want to pay that much. So retailers are always trying to get the optimal price for a product. The difference is now they can. Now they can actually use technology to do that.
We show you how to game this.
Need more proof online pricing is all over the map? Just hop in an Uber when it's rush hour or after the bars get out.
Suddenly, a ride that normally costs $10 is now $15. Uber calls it surge pricing. And lots of others are doing it too. Take Amazon, for example. It's the biggest e-commerce site going. 61% of people we asked shop on Amazon, but many are surprised to hear it too uses surge pricing.
Amazon is actually changing its prices millions of times a day across just about every item on the site.
That is going to be huge news to people.
Yeah, and Amazon is doing this because they're taking into a wide variety of different considerations. What is the popularity of that item? What are the seasonal factors that may be affecting the price of that item? What are the competitive factors? They put all of that together into these algorithms that are constantly sort of, hashing out these different prices.
In fact, Amazon's prices fluctuate so often, it's like a guessing game.
Do you guys want to play a guessing game with us?
So we thought we'd play one using this webcam.
So you've seen one of these things before?
Oh, yeah. Wait, what is it? Is this a webcam?
It's a webcam!
Like 1998?
I want you to tell me how much you think that costs. $60, $80, or $120?
Online.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 80. 80.
What do you think?
I never spent $100. 60.
60.
Yeah.
So what if I made it easy for you guys? It actually costs all three of those prices.
That doesn't make it easier, that makes it more confusing.
To clear up the confusion, we bring out a chart from a site that tracks prices on Amazon.
So this is actually a chart of what this webcam cost over the last year.
Oh, wow.
Do you see how it goes up and down like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How interesting.
Bottoms out over here at 60, then it went up to 80, and then the highest price, $120.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, look at this. This is just the last couple of weeks, okay? So here it was.
Oh, wow.
October 15th, just $60. And then there you go. In just a matter of weeks, almost a 50% increase.
Wow, whoa, that's crazy.
Same webcam, different price. How would you feel if you were the guy who paid $120 and somebody else got it for 60?
Right. You'd feel ripped off.
Prices have always been a mystery, but who really knows what something should cost? But it's even more so with things like dynamic pricing and price discrimination. So here are some tips on gaming a system that's trying to game you.
Go incognito. Look at products using a private browsing window to see if the price is higher or lower in that mode, free of your history. Or you can also delete your third-party cookies if you want to see prices unaltered by your history, along with fewer targeted ads. Use price tracking tools to watch prices and get alerts when prices drop. As for our testers, they